Imagine a man finally sitting down after a long day, hoping for a moment of peace. Instead of support, he senses silent resentment or even subtle criticism from his partner. This isn't just about chores left undone. It's about how rest itself is often judged, especially when it comes to men. Many men find that their need to recharge is misunderstood or even frowned upon, setting the stage for a deeper conversation about why rest is so often seen as a weakness rather than a necessity. Let's explore why this happens and what it means for men's well-being. It's a familiar scene. Just as a man tries to relax, his partner starts bustling around with chores or points out tasks that need doing. The message is clear: rest is not allowed. But this isn't really about the dishes or laundry. It's about control and the subtle ways some partners assert dominance in the relationship. By interrupting rest, they reinforce the idea that a man's value comes from constant activity. This pattern can leave men feeling like they're never allowed to pause, always expected to be productive. Men who take a break, they're often met with targeted criticisms. Comments like, "must be nice to relax," or "wish I had your free time," are designed to shame men for resting. This emotional manipulation sends a clear message: rest is a sign of weakness or laziness. Over time, these criticisms can erode a man's confidence and make him question whether he deserves downtime at all. It's a subtle but powerful way to keep men in a state of constant motion. We often hear about gender equality and the importance of sharing responsibilities. Yet when men try to rest or share recovery time, they're sometimes met with resistance. This contradiction reveals a deeper social hypocrisy. While equality is preached, the expectation for men to be tireless providers remains. Men who seek balance are often subtly discouraged, highlighting the gap between what's said and what's actually practiced in many relationships. How does a man's rest make some partners anxious? For many, it's because rest challenges the traditional image of men as always strong and providing. When a man takes time for himself, it can feel threatening to those who rely on his constant output. This anxiety isn't always conscious, but it drives behaviors that push men to keep going, even when they need a break. Understanding these psychological triggers helps explain why rest is so often policed in relationships. Stories abound of men whose attempts to rest are labeled as selfish or immature, while their partners freely enjoy downtime without criticism. This double standard is deeply unfair. Men are expected to sacrifice their own comfort for the good of others, yet their partners' liberties are rarely questioned. These stories highlight the imbalance in expectations and the emotional toll it takes on men who just want a moment to themselves, and often find themselves trapped between the drive to succeed and the need for autonomy over their own time. The pressure to be ambitious and always available clashes with the basic human need for rest. This conflict is fueled by partners' anxieties and the desire for control, leaving men feeling like they can never fully relax. It's a core struggle that shapes many relationships and personal identities. Over time, the negative framing of rest becomes internalized. Men start to feel guilty for taking breaks even when no one is watching. They become their own harshest critics, enforcing the same standards that were once imposed on them from outside. This internalized oppression makes it even harder for men to prioritize their well-being, as guilt and shame become constant companions whenever they try to rest. Personal stories reveal the extreme consequences of rest deprivation. Some men are pushed to the brink, experiencing burnout, health crises, or even divorce. These real-life impacts show just how serious the issue is. When men are denied the chance to recharge, everyone suffers, relationships break down, and individuals lose their sense of self. It's a stark reminder that rest is not a luxury, but a necessity for a healthy life. Cultural programming around masculinity reinforces the idea that rest equals failure. Men are taught from a young age to be useful, productive, and tireless. This mindset reduces men to mere utilities, valued only for what they can provide. Breaking free from this programming is difficult, but it's essential for men to reclaim their right to rest and self-care. As men's hobbies and interests are slowly eroded by constant demands, their sense of identity begins to fade. When men finally leave such relationships, their partners are often confused, not realizing how much has been lost. This gradual control over a man's time and passions can have lasting effects, making it even harder for him to reconnect with who he truly is. Despite all these challenges, there's a growing awareness of the health crisis facing men. More men are beginning to value rest and balance, even as society resists this change. This shift is slow but important, as it signals a move towards healthier, more sustainable lives. By recognizing the importance of downtime, men can start to heal and reclaim their autonomy.